what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing? Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Okay guys, thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make your vocals pop. I'm talking pro tips all day long in this tutorial. Full disclosure, I programmed this yesterday and the snare, but that's all I did. The rest, as you can see here, I got all the samples from cymatics here all the way through. These are the vocals that we're going to be using today. All right, enough talking. Let me just play a little bit for you.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing.
Okay, and then it has a backing vocal part in that section. Let's play together.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Okay, and then let's add the third vocal section. Let's start here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're working with today. The vocals are really cut dry, no effects on them. And then, but it was very, very well recorded. I have to say this. Very clean recorded. I'm gonna show you in a different tutorial how to cut vocals dry, clean, and uncompressed. So let's listen to the whole thing here. It's probably gonna peak because everything's at 0 right now. Sorry about that.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing? Yeah.
Okay. All right then, and there you have it. Oh, I did tell you it was gonna peak, right? See, right there. All right, but we'll control the signal later. All the sounds that I used for this tutorial will be provided in the link in the description below. So now let's play the music with other vocals. So let's mute these, mute, and mute. Let's start balancing out everything. Bring all the faders all the way down. Okay, I'm not doing anything to the cake because I like it. Well, let's go to the snare. Actually, it's a clap. All right, I'm going to start with the Avalon 747 SP. Okay, and a little bit of compression. All right, we get out of there. The BX Stereo Maker. Let's go listen. Bring the fader up. Now let's listen to the vocals against the music.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing.
Here we go. Let's pull this over to the side a little bit.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing?
For this one, it's not really hitting anything. It's just passing through. But I do know what I want, and we're going to go down to about 32, 34 decibels. Let's stay at 32 maybe-ish for right now. And then the release, that's too fast. So we're going to go to about 204-ish. Anyway, right about there. All right. And then this right here tells the de-esser where you want to start de-essing from, what frequency. For this kind of vocals, as I hear it, I know I want 4,000 up. So that's what happens. So if I bypass it, listen.
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
It's smoothing out the sibilants. See, it's letting other transients through without killing them. So listen again. And then you go back to normal here, and you can hear it all.
Know what you do and you do it like that.
And then we're going to play it against the track again. You always got a reference, okay?
Know what you do and you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do and you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
So what did we do? I de-essed first. The next one we're gonna go to is our compressor. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna teach you how to use this compressor at a later date, but I'm gonna walk you through just real quickly. For this vocal take, I'm using this with the parallel compression on for a little bit thicker sound. Let me explain what I've done. Watch this over here. Okay? When I hover my cursor over the knob, this is a minus 3.6 decibels, right? And then my ratio is always 1.4. Sorry, 4.1. I said that backwards. It's always at 4.1. And then upper level, I don't change that. Attack 5.3, release 3.8, right? And then you want your attack release to be in manual, so that way you can control your transients. You always want to do that. And then power compression, you want to go all the way out. And then you see the side chain, low cut, 220. I'll teach you this later, but for now, I'm going to take the compressor off. Now let's listen to the vocals.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
Okay.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
Okay, so that's a little bit low with the compression on. So we're going to raise the volume to match the original signal.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
On.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
That's about right.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing? Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
That's just beautiful. I'm about to give you so much game with this next plug-in that it will change the way you mix vocals forever. If it doesn't, I'll give you your money back. You're like, I didn't buy anything yet. Believe me, this is worth the price of admission. This is SSL Logic. This is Mike. I call it Mike because everybody wants to be like this guy when they grow up. Nobody can be like Mike. I should stop singing the praises of all this software, right? And get to work. The first thing we want to do is go to 10K. I have a name for this. I call it 10 by 10. When you multiply 10 by 10, what do you get? I call it 100. 100. All right. All right, so you double click. All right, very good. All right, we're going to find that 10K. Good, 10K. Once you get that 10K, you want to boost it by 10 decibels. Yeah, I know. They always tell you to never boost any signal in audio in your DAW by more than 3 decibels. Bullshit. Let's go. $10 here, 10 there. Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna kill this. And we're gonna solo the track, the vocal track. I'm gonna play it.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
One more thing before we go ahead. Now that's 10K. So now we're gonna come back down to 500K. I'm sorry, 500 hertz. 500 hertz. We're gonna come back down to 500 hertz and double click. Well, as close as possible. Or you can just type it in. I'm just too lazy for this one. And you boost this by 3 dB. Boom, done. And then we're gonna play this back.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that.
Now on.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah.
Ooh, now let's play the gangster track. Off.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that.
On.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
All right. What we've done here essentially is that we added a high shelf EQ boost at 10K, and that brought out the vocals overtones. When you add a high shelf EQ, you've boosted the high range or the high end, but what happens is that it also decreases the mid range and the bottom end. Well, this is a female vocal, so there probably isn't that much bottom end anyway. We have to replenish the 500 hertz. Typically, it depends on the voice. I will go back with another EQ and level out the mid range. Take that to the bank. And that's all we're doing here. That's it, and then we're out. And now we're gonna add some body to it. When I say body, I mean presence. Just a nice spread, so it's not skinny. Now, at this point, we're at plus 78. We can go to 100 to exaggerate it. Let's just stay here for a second, just so you can hear it. A little bit better. Well, we'll go back down to 78.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that.
You want to use this judiciously, though. Too wide, and it'll make your lead vocal sound like a backing vocal track. So you want to go around about, say, 50 to. Again, you can dial this in. This is your call. However it fits into your track. But for me, for this one, just for demo purposes, so you can actually hear the pronounced version of it, I'm gonna leave it at 78. All right, so let's go.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing.
And this is the T-Rex Classic EQ. You want to expand this because you really need to see what you're doing. All right, you go to preset, you go to generic, and scroll down, and you see what it says here: sparkle. This gives you that classic Mariah Carey big fat sound, nice beautiful mid-range, up in your face vocals, but there's that extra sheen that no other software I've ever used has ever given me. We're gonna bypass, and then we're gonna play it.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that.
I know you heard that. It's a little bit too much, but we're gonna dial it down. We're gonna bring down the high mid and definitely high. All right, let's make the adjustment.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing?
What I've done, you can see that I'm boosting around about the 200 through the section right here, right? And it's a nice beautiful band, Q curve all the way to 2K. The boost I'm making here is around about just 0.3 dB, right? And the 2 dB for the mid-range, and around about there 209 hertz. You can see. Watch here. But you can sweep that as you want. You can change the frequency. You see that at the top? So what do you want to boost? You want to boost 500? Or do you want to boost me? I would just want to boost about maybe. Watch here, yeah. Or you can type it in. Let's boost about 350 to give it a little bit more body, because I don't want the bottom end here. I don't want that at all. So if I bring that down, that's not what we want either. You want to boost this by about 2 dB. It's gentle. All right, so now let's play that back, take that off.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing?
And that's all we need for right now. And that's how you make your pro vocals pop. All right, let's adjust the volume though.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing.
Okay, let's leave the vocals loud a little bit for right now because I need to add some other stuff to it. All right, so let's play that solo. And we're going to kill everything that we had on it. So let's play it.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
Yikes. Are you serious? That's the original signal? No. All right, let's try it.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
We're going to add some reverb to it.
You do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that.
All right, so for this, we're going to go to Voxes. And then I already cheated. I went to Angel Vox. And I just cheated. So let me bring in my, right here, the lead vocals.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
All I did was bring the volume, the wet down to a negative 19.3. Adjusted the time. And that's it. We're out. Very simple.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah.
Let's play that against the music. Let's lower the volume a little bit.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
And then let's go to the next part. We're going to mud delay. Bam, mud delay to medium. I've already cheated, so let's go see what I did. Lead vocals. For the lead vocal, let me show you what I've done. Right? There's 60,000 cycles in a minute. So I divided 60,000 by the tempo over here at 95. 60,000 divided by 95 will give you 631.6. And then when you divide that by 2, you get 315.8. For the feedback, I went to 10% on the left, and then on the right, I went to 8%. And for the signal, wet signal, I'm at 8% on the right and 5% on the left. Now, why did I do this? Well, because you want that bounce. It's more like an affection as opposed to an effect. Let's listen to it separately by itself.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Okay, let's listen with the music.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
All right, just to glue everything up together, we're gonna add a nice little simple bus compressor. We're gonna go here and grab the glue, slap it on it. I'm gonna go to default. I'm sorry, not default. I'll go to master, and I choose master mix glue. Very subtle saturator. Let's play back.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Can you hear that EQ? The sizzle just separates it. The clarity is so insane that all you have to do now is just find your balance, your level, and just have the transients mix into the song that you're doing. Remember, this is just a demo. You can always go back in and adjust the EQs. This you don't touch, period, ever. You adjust the second EQ. That's what you touch. All right. And you can use any EQ for this. That's got that top end. You can get a demo of this from T-Rex. Use it. If you like it, buy it. Any of the plugins that I used today, if you like them, definitely go out there and get them. You know, again, I'm not being paid to do any of these. This is just, if you want to compete in the world of the Drakes, the Chris Browns, and the Taylor Swifts, and everybody else that's out there, this is how you do it. Now, I know some people would disagree with me, but hey, just my humble opinion. There's a little bit more. Let me create a bus, and then we'll steal some of these, just so we finish it off, because I know some of you are probably wondering, how about the other two vocal tracks? Well, let me finish that for you. Hang on. Okay, we just created a new track. We call that R, whatever, right? Oops. We're going to steal some of this software. Sorry, we're going to steal some of this plugins. Just drag them over. Normally, I would never, ever use the same plugins I used on the lead vocal on my backing vocals. Hell no. Never, ever do that. Right? Because everything will sound the same. You got to create a different dynamic for your backing vocals, always. It might take a little bit longer. Do it anyway. For this, we're using for something real simple. That's I need one of the presets. Oh yeah, over here. I haven't used this in a long time. I want the telephone. Boom, that's it. That's all I need. I'm out. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of EQ to just to sharpen it up a little bit, because it might feel too dull. So treble, we can go 2 decibels, and that's it. We're out. I don't even have to listen to it. I already know what it's gonna sound like, because I don't want it. It's not gonna be loud.
What you doing is what.
There you go. Okay, so with this right here, for the reverb, I already have that done. We can go to lead vocals. Sorry, yeah, lib, meaning ad libs. Right, so it's a whole lot more. I just increase that, and then for the mod, I already cheated as well, and I'll go to. We're gonna increase that to 19, just to exaggerate it a little bit. Of course, I would never do this in a real life mix, but then again, you never know. So now let's play the whole thing from top to bottom. Don't forget to save your work.
Know what you do when you do it like that. Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
I forgot to bring the other one. I forgot to bring the volume of this one up. Sorry. Let's go back over here.
What you do when you do it like that, yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing? What you do when you do it like that, yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Okay, now with this one right here, we gotta go back over here. We gotta add the mondo to it, baby. Modulation. Hey, we gotta freak it. All right, so let's go to Mundo. Where are you? Mundo. Here you go. Yeah, we need movement. So we want to go to about 90, 100. Let's listen to that. Just this one right here.
Know what you do when you do it like that.
We gotta push it up a little bit more.
Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
On this one, I have to compress it a little bit more. Not that one. On this one, I would compress it a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna use that, and that's
Know what you do when you do it like that.
Bring the threshold down.
Yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing?
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. The focus of this tutorial was to show you, teach you how to make vocals pop. It doesn't matter whether it's a female vocal, R&B, pop. This is how you start. Now remember, one caveat though. Each voice is different. Don't forget to always reference the vocal that you're treating against the backing track. Make your adjustments. It's that simple. All right, guys, thank you for staying with me throughout this tutorial. I hope you learned something, and in the comments, tell me the kind of videos you want to see or what issues you're dealing with so I can help you solve these problems. And we're out. All right, let's play this out.
Know what you do when you do it like that, yeah. Know what you do when you do it like that. What you doing is what you doing. What you doing? You do when you do it like that, It's what you do.